Imagine a man, rich beyond measure, living a life of abundance and prosperity. Picture it. His life is a compendium of successes, marking milestones that many only dream about. His wealth, not just a testament to his business acumen, but also a blanket of comfort that shields him from the everyday worries that plague the common man. This man, he basks in the glow of his accomplishments, his heart brimming with joy. His laughter echoes through his mansion, a testament to his seemingly endless happiness. His life is like a well-crafted symphony, each note a symbol of his victories, each pause a breath of relief in a world fraught with uncertainty. His wealth affords him not just material comfort, but also the luxury of time. Time to enjoy life, to relish the fruits of his labor, to indulge in his passions, to create memories with loved ones. Studies like those by Princeton University's Woodrow Wilson School suggest that wealth has a significant impact on an individual's well-being. The wealthy man's life is a testament to this. His wealth gives him the freedom to live life on his own terms, to shape his destiny, to carve his path. He is not tied down by monetary constraints, not burdened by financial insecurities. His wealth is his ticket to a life of freedom, of choice, of fulfillment. But as the saying goes, money can't buy happiness. Despite his wealth, the man is not immune to life's ups and downs. His wealth shields him from many worries, but it also opens the door to unique challenges that are often overlooked in the face of material success. And yet, even as he navigates these challenges, the man remains oblivious to a greater test that looms in the distance. A test not of his financial prowess, but of his spiritual strength. A test that will shake the very foundations of his life. A divine test. Yet, unbeknownst to him, a divine test was on the horizon. One day, this man was chosen by God for a divine test that would challenge his faith and his humanity. Much like the biblical characters of Job and Abraham, this man was presented with a trial that would push the boundaries of his belief and his character. In the ancient scriptures, we see the story of Job, a man of immense wealth and prosperity. Yet, when God allowed Satan to test Job's faith, he lost everything. His wealth, his family, his health. Despite his suffering, Job never cursed God, proving his unwavering faith. Similarly, Abraham, the patriarch of many nations, was tested when God commanded him to sacrifice his beloved son, Isaac. In the face of this unthinkable task, Abraham showed his obedience and trust in God, ready to do as commanded. But God intervened, sparing Isaac's life and blessing Abraham for his faith. In the same vein, our wealthy man was called upon by God for a divine test. He was asked to part with his wealth, to give it all away to those in need. His wealth, his comfort, his security, all were to be relinquished in the name of faith. It was a test that mirrored those of Job and Abraham, a test of loyalty, obedience, and trust in God. The scriptures tell us in Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." This was the divine wisdom that our wealthy man was reminded of as he faced his trial. His faith in God and his understanding of divine providence were his guiding lights in this challenging time. And so, the man found himself at a crossroads, his faith and his wealth on either side. The divine test had been laid out before him. A challenge that would either break or strengthen his connection with God. The choice was his and his alone. Faced with this divine challenge, the man wrestled with his faith, his beliefs, and his love for his worldly possessions. The wealthy man, always a paragon of success and happiness, found himself in the throes of a spiritual struggle. One that we all, in our own ways, grapple with in the corners of our very souls. He was torn between the comfort and security of his material wealth and the ethereal call of his faith. His heart ached, his mind swirled, but he knew he had to make a choice. In the ancient texts there is a saying, "For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." This man's treasure had always been in his wealth, his status, his power, but now he was being asked to place his heart elsewhere, in the hands of faith, in the embrace of the divine. Many spiritual leaders have echoed this sentiment throughout the ages. The Dalai Lama once said, "We need to learn to want what we have, not to have what we want, in order to get stable and steady happiness." The man, in his struggle, was beginning to understand the wisdom of these words. His love for his worldly possessions was a common human struggle. We are all drawn to the allure of material wealth, the promise of security and success it offers. But this man, like many of us, was learning the hard way that these things are fleeting, transient. True wealth lies not in what we have, but in who we are, in our faith, our values, our relationships. He wrestled with these thoughts, these contradictions, these truths. He questioned his beliefs, his values, his very identity. He was a man in turmoil, a man in a struggle that was as much within him as it was around him. His struggle was a mirror to our own, reflecting our fears, our desires, and our faith. It was a reminder, a beacon, an invitation to look within ourselves, to question, to seek, to grow. And in doing so, perhaps, just perhaps, we could find our own path to true wealth, true happiness, true fulfillment. In his struggle, the man discovered a profound truth, a revelation that would forever change his perspective. In the throes of his tribulation, he found himself standing at the precipice of a grand realization. Amid the storm, a beacon of light pierced through the darkness. The man had stumbled upon a revelation, one that would reshape his understanding of wealth, life, and divinity. This revelation was not about material wealth, but spiritual wealth. It was a journey from the tangible to the intangible, from the seen to the unseen. It was about the transformative power of faith and spiritual growth. His wealth, he realized, was not in his gold and silver, but in his spirit, his faith, his connection with the divine. As the renowned spiritual leader Dalai Lama once said, "The ultimate source of happiness is not money and power, but warm-heartedness." The man realized that his true wealth lay not in his coffers, but in the depth of his heart, in the richness of his spirit. This revelation was validated by countless scriptures across the ages. In the Holy Bible, it is written in the book of Matthew, chapter 6, verse 20, "But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal." The man had been chosen by God not to test his material wealth, but his spiritual wealth. His struggles were not punishments, but opportunities for growth. A divine invitation to delve deeper into his faith, to strengthen his spirit, and to discover the true wealth that lay within. This realization was a turning point in his life. It changed his perception of wealth, his relationship with God, and his understanding of life's trials. He understood that his struggles were not roadblocks, but stepping stones towards spiritual enlightenment. This revelation, this divine truth, was the key to his spiritual freedom. It was a testament to the transformative power of faith, an affirmation of the boundless wealth of the Spirit, and a beacon of hope to all those who seek true wealth beyond material possessions. Embracing this divine truth, the man emerged from his test a changed man. His journey, marked by trials and tribulations, had led him to a profound transformation. The wealth he once clung to, he now saw as mere trinkets in the grand scheme of life. His true riches, he realized, lay not in his coffers, but in the wisdom and spiritual growth he had gained. Shedding the shackles of materialism, he found himself in a state of enlightened serenity. He saw the world not as a battleground for wealth accumulation, but as a stage for spiritual growth. His wealth, once a symbol of power, was now a tool for benevolence. He used his resources not to amass more gold, but to uplift those less fortunate, to spread kindness and goodwill. His life became a testament to the power of faith, a beacon of hope for all those who sought a higher purpose. This transformation was not a sudden revelation, but a gradual process, like a seed sprouting into a mighty tree. The trials he faced were not punishments, but divine lessons, shaping him, molding him into a vessel of wisdom and compassion. His journey serves as a powerful reminder of the biblical verse from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 2. "And if I have prophetic powers and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and if I have all faith so as to remove mountains but have not love, I am nothing." The man's story, while unique in its details, is universal in its essence. It echoes the timeless wisdom of spiritual texts, the teachings of enlightened sages, and the experiences of countless individuals who have embarked on their spiritual journeys. It serves as a reminder that the pursuit of material wealth, while not inherently wrong, should not be the sole purpose of life. Instead, it should serve as a means to a much greater end: spiritual growth, compassion, and love. He was a wealthy man chosen for a test by God, and through his journey he discovered a wealth beyond measure. His story is a testament to the power of faith, the beauty of spiritual growth, and the boundless wealth that lies within each one of us, waiting to be discovered.